There are moments in life when a single act of kindness becomes powerful enough to shake the heart of someone who thought they had already seen everything. This story begins on a cold winter morning when a tired, unshaven man with worn-out boots and a frayed jacket pushed open the heavy glass door of a quiet downtown bar. His eyes carried the weight of loneliness, and his steps were slow and uncertain, as if each one required effort he no longer had. No one inside recognized him. No one realized that behind the messy beard and old clothes was not a homeless wanderer, but Ethan Rayner, one of the wealthiest bar owners in the entire city. But that morning, he wasn't here as a millionaire. He had come in search of something money had never been able to buy: truth. If you believe kindness and second chances can change the world, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Thread. Your support helps us spread more heart-touching stories like this. Ethan had built his empire through hard work, smart risks, and relentless dedication, yet somewhere along the way, the world had grown colder. The more money he earned, the more distant people became. His employees treated him like a paycheck, not a human being. Business partners respected him only for his success. Even strangers looked at him with envy or calculation, wondering how to benefit from his wealth. It had been years since someone spoke to him with genuine warmth. So, for the first time in his life, he decided to walk into one of his own bars unrecognized, wearing the life of a man who had nothing. He wanted to see how people treated someone who appeared powerless. The bar was dimly lit with the warm glow of vintage lamps hanging low from the ceiling, giving the place a comforting calm. The early customers barely glanced at him as he took a seat at the far end of the counter. Cold air followed him in, and he wrapped his torn jacket tighter around himself, adding to the illusion. He rested his hands on the counter, roughened, unwashed, and trembling slightly, not because of the cold, but because of the question that haunted him: would kindness still exist in his world, or had it been crushed beneath selfishness? As he waited silently, a young waitress approached him. Her name was Maya, though Ethan didn't know that yet. She moved like someone accustomed to rushing, yet her eyes softened the moment she saw him. Her ponytail swayed as she leaned slightly closer, noticing the exhaustion etched into the lines of his face. Something in her expression carried empathy, not pity, something rare. The scent of warm bread and fresh coffee drifted from the kitchen as she placed a menu gently in front of him. He stared at it, then lowered his eyes, ashamed. When she asked what she could get him, he hesitated. His throat tightened, and he murmured that he didn't have money. It wasn't part of the plan to speak the words so quietly, or to feel such real embarrassment in that moment, but the disguise wasn't just an act, it was revealing something deeper inside him, something he hadn't felt in years. Instead of brushing him off like many in the city would, Maya's expression changed into one of heartfelt concern. She didn't frown, didn't sigh, and didn't walk away to focus on paying customers. Instead, she gently took the menu back and assured him that he didn't need money to eat today. She walked away before he could respond, as though she feared he might refuse her offer. A minute later, she returned with a warm plate of food, a juicy burger, golden fries, and a glass of water that glistened under the light. She placed it in front of him with a smile that reached her eyes. While Ethan ate slowly, savoring every bite not because of the taste but because of the sincerity behind the gesture, he watched Maya work. She moved between tables with a rhythm that balanced speed and care, greeting each guest with equal respect. But every few seconds, her glance shifted back to him, checking quietly if he needed anything more. She treated him with dignity, something he hadn't experienced in a long time, even from people who owed him their livelihoods. As minutes passed, a warm feeling spread through Ethan's chest. It wasn't the food, it was the rediscovery of something he feared had disappeared: compassion without motive. He noticed other waiters glancing at Maya as if questioning her decision to help a broke stranger, but she didn't care. In that moment, she wasn't serving just a customer, she was serving humanity. What Ethan didn't know was that Maya's kindness came from a place of pain. She had once seen her father struggle in the same way, working multiple jobs only to be judged for the clothes he wore or the tiredness in his voice. She had promised herself that whenever she encountered someone in need, she would be the kindness she wished her father had received. After finishing the meal, Ethan remained seated for several minutes, absorbing the quietness of the bar. He watched Maya refill glasses, carry trays heavier than she looked capable of handling, and offer small words of encouragement to guests who seemed stressed or lonely. Her light-hearted laugh filled the air, and her presence softened the atmosphere around her. She was the kind of person who unknowingly stitched hope back into the hearts of people who had lost it. Finally, Ethan decided to leave. He thanked her softly, his voice cracking with genuine gratitude. Maya smiled again, not expecting anything in return. That, more than anything else, struck him deeply. He left the bar quietly, slipping into the cold wind outside, but his heart felt warmer than it had in years. The next morning, the bar buzzed with whispers. A sleek black car pulled up, and out stepped Ethan again, this time in a tailored suit. The staff froze, stunned to see their wealthy owner walk through the doors. When his eyes met Maya's, she looked confused, trying to understand how this polished man resembled the tired stranger from yesterday. When he revealed who he truly was, the room fell silent. He approached her with gratitude shining in his eyes. He told her that her kindness had restored something he thought he'd lost forever, faith in people. Without making a grand scene, he let his appreciation speak through actions instead of just words. He offered her a promotion, a scholarship to finish her studies, and financial support for her family. Tears filled Maya's eyes as she realized that her small act of compassion had changed not only his day but the direction of her own life. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Thread. Your support truly means everything. Before we end, please comment below what kindness means to you. Your words might inspire someone today. And so, the millionaire walked away that day knowing that wealth wasn't measured by money, but by the rare, beautiful souls who still chose kindness even when the world didn't reward it. Maya's compassion had reminded him of the value of humanity, and he carried that lesson with him forever.